Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock. 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always-ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
You win this title, you are a top name in this industry.
The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance tonight in a match between our refined champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and the young challenger, Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer would love nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight and send a message to the WWE that Rocky Maivia has arrived.
But Hunter Hearst Helmsley will do everything in his considerable power to stop that from happening. And as far as Helmsley is concerned, Maivia is barely even worth his time. Oh, great wherewithal there. And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because he's a chip off the old block.
Notwithstanding as well the genes of his grandfather, the incomparable Peter Maivia, Chief Maivia.
Oh boy, they don't come any tougher than Peter Maivia. If Rocky Maivia is going to take down the more polished and experienced Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's going to have to do it with unrelenting energy. Rocky has to keep coming at the champion with big attacks until Helmsley collapses under the onslaught.
It's a bold strategy that will take everything the young Maivia's got, but you're right. It could be his best path to his first championship win. Oh, look at this punch. Right on the money. And conspicuous by his absence is the butler of Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who has been intervening in matches as of late. Who knows if he might show up?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just another thing Maivia needs to worry about.
Rocky has bigger problems in the ring, gentlemen. Biggest match he's ever had. Live, worldwide television. He's got to have a stomach full of butterflies.
Non-stop blows.
Helmsley has no control here.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now. Taking all their frustrations out on the champion and doing so in the most inelegant way. Cobra clutch cinched in. The Cobra clutch is in.
The more he fights, the more...
In trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. Turns it around.
And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep his cool. Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor the caliber of our Intercontinental Champion.
Maivia dishing it out now.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer.
And it seems like his head might be the target here. Scoop slam from behind.
Inverted scoop slam.
Maivia way up high.
Soaring and coming down with incredible force.
This capacity crowd certainly behind the youngster Rocky Maivia, thinking there could be an upset here tonight. Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all.
Cuts off their offense with a swift elbow to the gut.
Hunter is getting dominated.
Helmsley is getting shut down at every turn.
Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand.
Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner, and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss, predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it...
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Running power slam! Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Headbutt! Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief.
We've seen that. Steele isn't above using a foreign object to get flying. The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui. Going up and possibly out. Ooh. This is not gonna end well.
Powerbomb.
He sent flying down to the canvas.
Back down and back at the drawing board for him.
His mind is turning. Might be close to the end.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawahi family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
Ooh, what a forearm. Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable.
Going right after the arm and taking down their opponent effectively. Just twitch.
Shoulder down.
Can he recover?
Elevates his shoulder ahead of the count.
These men knew this match was going to be hard fought.
Oh, he timed that counter well. George Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. Peter Maivia has something brewing.
Backbreaker. No way Steel's coming back from that. Wicked chop block. Oh, measured up nicely. Fist drop. Using the cranium.
He might be getting up, but it doesn't look like it will be for long.
Boom, running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
Down to bonus and a double axe handle smash.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here. Jarring European uppercut.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
He's absorbing a ton of offense here.
Maivia is reaching that other level.
Maivia has Steel in his sights, looking to put the animal down once and for all.
Turning the tables.
And Steel isn't looking helpless anymore.
This could be a good chance for Steel to get some distance and rethink things.
He's about to do it. He's about to do it again.
Into a backbreaker. Maivia can taste it now.
Two. And a kick out.
Wow, looks like this book has a couple more chapters in it.
We might be seeing a whole saga written tonight.
It must be demoralizing knowing you've unleashed your best shot on your opponent to no avail.
I am in shock. What's it going to take to keep this guy down?
Fist drop. George Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by a count-out to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage. These two showing how well they know each other.
Mistake made by Steel. Strong impact. And right away into the pin. 2 count. Kicks out.
Really had less than a second to stay alive there.
I don't think Steel's aware of the danger that's coming. Trying to go for it again. There's the backbreaker.
This has to be the one that ends this.
2. He kicked out at 2.
Oh, I thought that was game over.
Pure guts to kick out there.
And it's going to take composure now. Could just need one more big move. Oh!
Clubbing blow.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal. This has been a true brawl, and you can see Maivia and Steel are pushing each other to the limit.
Now here's Maivia looking to secure the victory. Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia!
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax!
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Bonsai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving Titan in hopes to... And there will be a coronation taking place tonight as Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria face off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament.
The irresistible force has been on a tear recently, and Nia believes the crown already belongs to her.
As for Lyra, this is the biggest match of her career. Remember, she was still on the NXT roster just a few weeks ago, and now she has a chance.
And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax.
Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring. Like a brick wall running into you.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves.
Ooh. Oh, man, looks like her opponent's not going to need a chiropractor.
Annihilating offense from Nia Jax.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Well, Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually have Nia Jax outgunned. And beyond relying on her technique, if I'm Lyra, I'm going to try to frustrate Nia. I don't know how possible that is, but if you frustrate Nia, she may make a crucial mistake.
We almost just saw a count out there, but the match continues. In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega.
But you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size.
And Lyra only finds herself on the defensive.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
Placing her against the turnbuckle.
Golly, Nia is just cornering Valkyria. Jax abusing Lyra, showing no mercy. I think it's a preview of what kind of queen Nia Jax will be.
The kind of queen that will happily send victims to the guillotine.
Oh, missed connection.
Oh, no. Right to the back of the neck. Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the irresistible force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now. Stuck in the tree of woe. And
they are doing whatever they please.
Jax with the irresistible offense.
Valkyria is just going to have to endure this punishment.
Nia Jax, so powerful, so dominant, Samoa drop.
Scoop slam! There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted? Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night. Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax and officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.